Hey, Plant House, Mike the Gardener, and today's very quick video is I'm showing how you can take any uh, water safe, food grade safe storage container and make yourself a plant unit to grow plants. So this is two, as you can see they're stacked in each other. There's two uh, just storage containers. I believe my wife got this from the dollar store. So there's two of them. And I just got a sticker here that I can label. And then I have the lid from the first one. I don't cut. I kind of take they had little feet. I don't know what they were for. I guess during manufacture, I cut those off so that I can just rest here, just in case I have any kind of little bit of spillage or whatever. But it's never happened. And then I took the other one, and I had a hole here. I had an air bubbler, but I found it's kind of not necessary for a lot of the plants that I grow in it. So I cut holes. I just took a scissors, punch through, and cut little snips throughout it and I like the little grippy things because they kind of hold whatever shape pod, because pods come in different sizes, and so I could use whatever size pod the manufacturer threw at me because I had these little feet. And then I cut a slit here for when I add the fluid, and then it just snaps on the top there. So I'm going to show you start to finish how simple it is for me to plant. I've got my plant food. I've talked about this several times about how I make it. It's very simple. Now this is going to be the Kratky method. You can use an air stone, the bubbler, to make it deep water culture, because it's a deep enough tub. It can be considered deep water culture. My other, oops, now I'm out. So I thought I had 3 containers of it. I've only got 1. I will be right back. All right, I made up another batch. And I was almost up to the line, but I like to do it to about here to start, just to make sure the sponges touch and that the roots have a chance to grow down into it. So that does that for that. And so now we can just snap the top on. Now if I was growing small herbs, something smaller like sage, thyme, anything like that, I would fill up all 6 of the holes. But I'm going to show you how, not using any kind of bubblers or anything, I'm going to grow some little tomato plants. So I'm going to put this one here. So I'm not going to use all, because again I'm using this for, I'm not going to fill up all 6. And this one goes here. So these are just Aero Garden brand seed pod kits. These are the Mighty Mini tomatoes. It's fun to grow. I'm not a really huge fan of the taste of these. They have kind of almost a bitter taste to them, but they're pretty. They're fun to grow. And I had some pods left over, so might as well use it as a demonstration. All right, so I think I'll move this one because these are, like I said, I cut these by hand and they're not exactly perfect. So some of these things might fit better than others. Yeah, good enough. Not gonna hurt anything. All right, so those are my 3 Mighty Mini pods. As always, weak hydrogen peroxide solution. Make sure there's no gnats, because I basically battled all the bad things and got rid of them, so I don't want anything back. And I give the inside of the cap a little spray of peroxide, just to get that moisture going. And we'll know in probably a week or so how the germination is. And then takes about, like, between 3 to 7 days to germinate. It can take about a month or so before the plant reaches to its full size, its full maturity, and then between 30 and 60 days after that is when you'll actually get tomatoes to harvest. So yeah, so I mean, it's just, like I said, dead simple. I think this was like, it's supposed to be a shoe container or whatever, or food storage container, something like that. Can't remember. And then I have on the front here, I have can't lift it up because it's full of fluid, but I have that sticker that I can write the date, which I will do. I will write the date and what I'm growing, and you can follow along the progress. So yeah, it's fun, and I'll put it on my experimental shelf. So back growing again. It's lots of fun. It's super simple. Again, as I said, there's it doesn't require any complicated. If you go to your big box store of the mart, and they have the AeroGarden seed pods, or you see on Amazon that they have them really cheap, or you see the Grow Anything pods, or you just get pods. I buy the empty pods and baskets and plant my own seeds. I just go to the dollar store and get Dollar Tree seeds and plant those in it, and it works beautifully. There's no reason not to grow. Again, if you don't have grow lights are so cheap. I've shown that you can get a really nice grow light for $15. I have grow lights for about the same price that I have attached underneath my racks here on my experimental shelf, and that's what I do. I grow things on it. And so once I get this moved over there hopefully without spilling, I will show you it on the rack, and I will show you just the very simple light that it's growing with. So I'll be right back. All right, there it is on my experimental shelf. And then, like I said, up here I just got these lights that I attached with zip ties. These bar lights that were I think like $15 I got off of Amazon. They're full spectrum LEDs, and they grow things quite well underneath it. It's an experimental thing I'm showing there. This is my experimental shelf. Let's move it over. I need to center this thing on the thing there, but yeah. So there you have it. I'm going to grow some little tomatoes on my rack here. And this rack is slightly smaller than the one I have down below, which I still haven't completely cleaned off of the, the stuff I was using, but I will. And then I can, once it gets taller, I can grow them, because these tomatoes only grow about like 8 inches tall, sometimes smaller. I've grown this variety as small as like 2 inches tall, and it grew like 20 tomatoes on it. It's pretty weird, pretty wild. So it might not even reach the top here, but it might. And if it does, I'll move it down here. And if it gets really big, they're like sometimes you get them and they're not true to form, and they actually grow much taller than they're supposed to. I'll just move it to a different unit, something that grows taller. But this is an easy way to start, and it didn't cost me anything. This was just a old dollar store container. There's 2 of them that I turned into a hydroponic unit to grow in. All right. Any comments, questions in the comment section? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.